Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did the Weaver questline. And today we're going to go and try to do the Alchemist questline in one episode, but I'm not 100% sure because the materials I'm going to need for these are maybe not going to be so easy to get. Hello. What is it now? Guild for the Poor? Another cursed love filter? Ah, you're not the wretch that insists on dusting my bench, aren't you? No? Then who? Oh, my new assistant. No, do not bother me with more names. My mind shall not be cluttered with trivial details unrelated to alchemical processes. I trust you have busied yourself with the mastery of your disciple. I have scant moments to spare on lessons, but I suppose I must invest a modicum of time in your training if you are to be of any use to me. Let us move on to the second fundamental principle of alchemy. Your understanding of this principle will be best facilitated by creating 3 bottles of antidote. For this task, you must need acquire the stipulated number of grass vipers as well as a chunk of rock salt. I believe the guild often has the poisonous snakes in stock, so you need only purchase them from that supplier lass. Ah yes, Esminette. As for the rock salt, I believe she can supply that too, and for a reasonable price. I rather suggest seeing her for all your simple ingredient needs, unless you fancy the idea of scrabbling in the sand to find them yourself. In any case, I'm not terribly concerned with how you procure your materials. What is the most important is that you experience this fundamental principle firsthand, so you concoct the 3 bottles of antidote. Return to me with the bliss of new knowledge stamped upon your feature. Right. Antidote. I'm going to need 3 vipers. And there we go. There they are. There they are. Send help. Oh wait, I get 3 for making like one of these recipes. Okay. It's going to sell this. Let me go and split 3 off of the stack. And sell that one too. Have you completed the 3 bottles of antidote as I asked? God help you if you've interrupted me for anything less. Aha! An excellent result, my precarious protege. I see you have attained the optimum viscosity without clouding the crimson hue. It will be most interesting to see how well these mixtures perform on live test subjects. Well, of course they'll be poisoned. How else would I gauge the efficiency of your, the efficacy? Efficacy? Yeah, efficacy. We heard this word a lot. Of your work. But never mind that. What have you learned of the second alchemical principle? You have produced a helpful compound by combining otherwise mundane or lethally harmful substances. Has this not expanded your awareness of what is attainable with this profession? Just as it is possible for a medicine to act as a poison in sufficient amounts, so it is possible for a poison to be utilized as a cure. Your successful creation of these antidotes is evident of this very fact. Those without a knowledge of alchemy would spare no second glance for the venomous grass viper. But mix its venom with the appropriate amount of rock salt, and the people will flock to your door to purchase your miraculous remedy. Study, experiment, and reveal worth in the most unexpected of places. The desire for sustenance and rest will become as minor annoyances once you have learned the joy of such discoveries. It is time you added this amateur's mortar to your repertoire of alchemical devices. The mortar is often referred to as a secondary tool, but used in conjunction with a primary tool such as the alembic. You will soon come to appreciate its value in your work. I foresee much practical use for your growing skills, my eager apprentice. Now run along and find a use for your new toy. I have further research to conduct. Ah, I remember your face this time. My most helpful assistant. And it is most fortuitous that I do, for the irksome effort I have expended in grooming your budding skills is about to be rewarded. My mewling subordinates have requested that I put aside my personal research for but a moment or two, and shoulder a portion of the guild's workload. Even going so far as to force upon me some other alchemist's petty tasks. What fool to think I am the sort of guildmaster that contributes in such a mundane capacity? If they had wanted an accommodating drudge to head to the guild, then they should not have elected me for to the post. Gods know there are others about the frontistery who would been better suited to the leadership position. It is times such as these that I curse my blood ties to the syndicate. I would personally be content to eschew such tedious duties in favor of mine own work. Which, of course, bring us to this very moment. It is with great relief that I entrust this matter of beeswax to you. 12 lumps of beeswax, to be precise. Yes, I knew you would prove your worth before long. Now, to work. To work! Beeswax. 3 of those, so then 12 times 3 is 36, so... And then we make... Oh. Then we first make it like this. And then we make it with quick synthesis. Go. More quality. Yeah. Mwahaha! Such bliss that my research might progress unhindered by bothersome requests. Speaking of which, have you created the beeswax, as I asked? These will never be used for the Sultan's bedchamber candles, but the quality is passable, I suppose. This is indeed a wonderful arrangement. Perhaps I should pass on to you the mantle of Guildmaster in its vexatious entirety. Now, the beeswax you have brought me is, as you must surely realize, the purified form of the substance honeybees use to build their hives. Candles are the most obvious use for this refined material, but beeswax may also be used to enhance leather goods, or be mixed with dye to create painting supplies. It is not the most difficult material to create, though keeping the quality consistent for such a large batch speaks well of your attention to detail. I had thought to be content with not more than a convenient lackey at hand, but mayhap with further training. We must somehow supplement your studies, but I am loath to be parted from my workbench. Thankfully, I am aware of the perfect solution to this quandary, a tradecraft levy. A selection of alchemical odd jobs should be available to you at the Adventurers Guild. Simply speak with the fellow at the desk, Eustace, I think it was. In any case, you should be provided with ample opportunity to practice your discipline. Whatever. And even receive payment while doing so. Remember, your improvement is my utmost concern. And mix the volatile... What? Oh, it's you. Have you not yet learned to concoct potions in your sleep? Admittedly, the results are not always what one dreamed it would be. Now, might I deduce from your unrequested presence that you deem your skills sufficiently sharpened and seek further instruction? Or do you simply derive some perverted sense of enjoyment from my irritable reaction? Whichever the case may be, alchemy is currently a discipline for the curious, and the curious of nature. Allow me then to assign you another task. This time I require you to create 1 potion of intelligence and 1 potion of dexterity. I am at a critical juncture in my research, so I shall dispense with any lengthy explanation. Surely you need not have me list every eye of newt and fang of bat you need at this point in your education. Right, my friends, I'm gonna currently be playing with one hand because the other hand has to keep a cat from jumping on my desk. So I am going to be playing a little bit slower. Let's see. So I need... what was it? Potion of intelligence and dexterity. Bat Fang, Beastkin, Red Land Trap. So, Bat Fang, Beastkin, and then the Red Land Trap leaf. In combination with salt. That is the wrong move. Oh well. Guess that's what I get for caring for my cat. Who very, very desperately wants to be on this desk. But, no. I'm going to teach this cat that she's not allowed to be on the desk. Because... like, she's allowed to be basically anywhere else, just not on the desk. Because she likes playing with cables. And I would rather not see my cables be broken. And also, if she, like, she doesn't care about my keyboards, so she just walks over them. Which would be really bad when I'm recording. When a potion is conducted and bottled, I shall field no questions or queries until this is done. Okay, now she... wait, hold up. So now she's on my... it's like halfway on my lap. Considering the lack of guidance on my part, you have done tolerably well. As you have discovered, the main catalyst of a potion of intelligence is the primal essence of life, such as that found in the blood of beastkin. Curls and wolves and the like, the effect is diminished should the blood be allowed to clot. But you seem to have avoided that novice mistake. Potions of dexterity, on the other hand, make use of finely ground bat fangs. The practice of using the powdered form of fang, horn, or tusk in the creation of alchemical mixtures is an Eastern technique that I am glad to see you have willingly adopted. Either one of these concoctions is beyond the skill of most neophyte alchemists. It comes as something of a surprise that my sporadic bouts of instruction are proving so effective. In fact, in celebration of your achievement, it is only fitting that you deliver these triumphs to the guild's customer in person. I shall regretfully remain behind, ensconced in my work. Your delivery will take you to the Colosseum, where you should seek a lady by the name of, what was her name? Ah yes, Ardara, and pray return to me once your task is complete. It is very interesting how all of these quests are, like, basically identical in its, in, like, the flow of it all. Which I guess makes sense, really. Oh, are you from the Alchemist Guild? I thought my order would never arrive. You do have the potions, do you? Or don't you? Whatever. Are these the ones I asked for? I don't know. I thought the vase would be more ornate. Well, I must do something to pretty them up before I present them to Franz the Fair. I suppose I should be glad it was you in charge of my request and not the guildmaster. I may want to hear stories about the head of the Alchemist Guild. To be honest, I was half expecting the potions to hold some foul liquid, if they held anything at all. I say Severian, sure. Has powerful concoctions and more gil than he can count, but all he does is waste away at his workbench performing experiments. What kind of research could possibly be so important that he would spend every moment chained to his alchemical devices? But listen to me gossiping away when I have gifts to prepare. I do hope my beloved Franz will be impressed. Good old Franz the Fair. It's the gladiator e-boy. That's sleeping. Oh, my loyal assistant. The task is done. I'm sure I made not the slightest mention of any task. But now that you mentioned it, I do seem to recall dropping some niggling irritation to your capable hands. And what then has transpired? Oh, I see. More concerned with the vessels than the content, was she? I don't expect much from those who are not intimately acquainted with alchemy's true beauty. Of course, I'm finding that I can no longer count you among that rabble. Should you continue down this path of mastery, the day might come when you too might join me in the quest for alchemy's ultimate. Yes. I almost forgot the matter of payment. Now, we both best return to our work. My able assistant. I recognize that look of intense hunger. You wade waist deep in the mire of alchemy. Well, it is that you display such desire, for I stand ready with a task that will further test and expand your proficiency. I have a request from an Alchemist by the name of, well, I have a request from a certain Arcanist. He requires an alchemist to construct for him an engraved heart letter grimoire. But, as is so often the case, the matter is not as simple as it first appears. Eolox, one of the materials used in the creation of the tome, will not be found in any local Uldan stall. Thus, it falls to you to take a botany and gather the materials yourself. Or, almost as bothersome, scour the market boards or of the Sapphire Avenue exchange. And, as if this endeavor were not already sufficiently laborious, the client also requests that the tome be enhanced with materia. Must I explain materia to you? Very well. Materia is the crystallized essence of well-used piece of gear. Of a well-used, whatever. The physical manifestation of an item's history with its wielder, if you will. It is not well understood exactly how these crystals work, but they have the effect of improving the properties of the objects to which they are attached. Do not expect me to provide a lecture on the intricacies of crafting materia. There's a goblin at the bonfire in Central Thailand who is more than willing to babble on about such things. Muta? Mix? Yes, that was his name, Mutamix. As for the type of materia, the Arcanist was specific in his lack of specificity. Specificity. That's a word. You are free to experiment with whichever kind you wish. Glorious. Bring the materia enhanced tome to me once it is complete. Meanwhile, I shall be sifting through my memory for the name of our expectant client. Okay. An engraved heart letter. Okay. Contained heart letter and enchanted iron ink. Iron sand and viscous secretions. I made that. Alchemist. Now I'm just gonna need a piece of heart letter. I think 2 of them. Maybe 3. Where is it? There we go. I think I'm gonna need 3 if I looked at it correctly. Right. Yeah, nice. I actually totally forgot that you can make that you make grimoires with Alchemist. Alright, let's go and grab another one of these, I guess. Now where did the game put that thing? Melt. Put the most useless piece of material on there. And I guess for this particular weapon. I had every confidence in your aptitude for these time-consuming errands. You do recall your task, yes? I should be needing that letter bound tome with materia attached, if I am to strike this undesirable duty from my list of distractions. Ah, not a moment too soon. You may see for yourself the Arcanist's reaction to your undoubtedly fine work. I sent word that he should visit the guild forthwith, thus avoiding the tiresome business of delivery. Great Staliak, is this masterful creation to be my grimoire? And look, it is bound with materia just as I asked. Would you expect aught less from the assistant to the guildmaster himself? Now, Arcanist, before you depart, perhaps you might favor the creation of your new tome with an explanation of its nature. The nature of my grimoire, well, of course. For an Arcanist to weave his spells, he must conjure in his mind the image of distinct mystical diagrams known as arcane geometries. These geometries are inscribed upon the pages of a grimoire, such as the one you constructed at my request. The most important aspect of any grimoire is the quality of ink used to illustrate its pages. Geometries drawn with ink that is especially conductive to the flow of ether allows the Arcanist to more effectively channel his magical strength. Thus, when one is in need of a new grimoire, one must turn to an expert in the making of this liquid gold, an alchemist. And, Thaliag be praised, I was blessed with the attention of a true artist. Should I ever wish to add or enhance my tome, I know exactly to whom I will turn. Thank you, Master Alchemist. Master Alchemist now, is it? I suppose you must appear to be... you must appear so to the uninitiated. Faulty perspective though it may be, it is cause for exaltation. You should cast aside modesty and bask in the glow of your accomplishment. But do not let your ambitions wither in the shadow of satisfaction. Unless, of course, you wish to remain an assistant forever. You disturb me at a most delicate stage of my experiments. Your timing is... That is to say, my dear assistant, your timing could not be more fortuitous. For you see, once again, my incorrigible colleagues have foisted upon me a most unstimulating assignment. You can imagine my consternation at this continued effrontery, but when I considered the ease with which you performed your prior task and my desire to find a greater challenge to test your alchemical aptitude, the solution to this onerous situation becomes glaringly obvious. Thus do I turn over this misappointed duty to a more fitting recipient. Your task this day is to manufacture a pinch of the highest quality natron. You do understand that this order cannot be filled with any average sample, yes? But I feel I must warn you. The quest for a greater quality may ensnare you with an entirely new level of obsession. Right, natron. How fare you in your quest for quality natron? I understand only too well the lust of attaining perfection, but for an alchemist, the timing of results must also be a consideration. Let us inspect the fruit of your labor. Yes, the substance is indeed natron, and what a pinch of powdery magnificence it is. With this level of quality, it will perform wonders in any field of application. I would not be surprised to see our client return time and again for more and more. You shall be doomed to create nothing but your wondrous powder for the rest of your living years. Lest you think that a jest, I would have you realize the sheer range of practical use for this material. It is found in the manufacture of glass, the treatment of wool, and even in the mixing bowls of culinarians. Though alchemy is required to produce natron, the substance is of far greater value to many other disciplines. In this way, the benefits of alchemical discovery find their way into every facet of civilized life. The era when we alchemists were branded as crazed heretics is now all but a forgotten page in the history books. Not that I am overly concerned with such opinions. The current attitude of acceptance merely allows me to continue my research with relative freedom, you understand. The manner in which my work might eventually be put to use is of little interest to me compared to the results themselves. I do not seek to contribute to the well-being of society, nor amass a glittering fortune overnight. No, my entire being is focused upon one thing and one thing only. Soon I will have one last task for you to perform. Once done, I shall permit you to assist me during my ascent to the absolute pinnacle of alchemy. Man, I'm having some internet stuff over here. I don't know why. Aha, I see you have further immersed yourself in the bog of alchemical pursuit. The time is ripe to once more gauge the degree of mastery you have thus far attained. And, if by divine providence, a task suited to just such a purpose has recently landed on my workbench, the client requested the creation of 3 high-quality flasks of weak blinding potion, a sublime toxin indeed. Do not flinch from the mention of poison, if one means to learn the art of preserving life, one must also become intimate with death and destruction. Yes, with but a single spoonful of a chosen concoction, alchemy can restore health or cause grievous harm. Wahahaha! This is the perfect initiation into the deeper secrets of our discipline. Do not tarry a moment longer. To work! Weak blinding potion. Where is that at? Weak blinding potion. Batwing and Batfang. I right-clicked, by the way. Jesus. No. Bat Fang and Batwing. Hello, Batwing? Do they not sell it over here? Son of a... Son of a bitch. Ba-ba-bum. Let's go to the Avenue Exchange then. You should normally have a Batwing for me. That's a little bit weird. You know what? I'm not in the mood to look for this. Let's just go to the market board. You know, when the internet wants to catch up. Sending 0, receiving 0. I think my internet's about to give out. Yep. Why do I have no internet? Connection. Excellent. Ah, yes. I definitely felt how excellent that connection is. I could feel the excellence of that connection. As I DC'd. Ah. Okay. Let's go and make ourselves the thing then. Weak blinding potions. Take care, the blinding potions you concoct are especially... That is a word, huh? Efficacious? Sure. Ah, the creation of such exquisitely dangerous substances is a reward in itself. I'm still having internet stuff. Gently now, gently. Yes, one can almost grasp the strands of inky darkness swirling within these baleful brews. Though it may appear lethal, this concoction is not designed to steal life. Only sight. An unpleasant mix of bat remnants and a quicksilver. My eyes begin to water at just the thought of the ingredients. Such potions as you have created hold the potential for all manners of dastardly deeds. Bear the flasks with pride as you deliver them into the hands of the Mikotelas who await you in Pearl Lane. And no, I have not forgotten her name. She apparently did not give one when she left the order. I know only that the last is affiliated with one of Uldan's resident bandit gangs. Swiftly now, let us not test our patience. Jesus. What the hell is happening? You're the head potion brewer's lackey, are you? Let's have the goods then. Bah, see, Severin did nothing to put a stop to this. You should know full well the consequence of handing over such dangerous substances to a criminal organization. Confused? I'm a bully of the Sultan's one. I infiltrated the notorious robber gang, the Velvet Hands. After learning of their plans to attempt a bloodless heist at the palace, an attempt I can only assume is meant to emulate Mistbeard in his legendary act of larceny, these blinding potions were to be a key element in their scheme. Wondering how your guildmaster would handle a request from such unsavory elements? I insinuated myself into a position to receive the delivery. His lack of restraint is disappointing, but not entirely unexpected. He is not the man he once was. Oh, certainly. Severian has always had a passion for his work, but ever since the tragic events of the Calamity, it has become an all-consuming obsession. Your superior may as well have upended one of these flasks over his own head for the little he sees of the world that flows unnoticed around him. Would you take a message back to the guild for me? I want you to tell Severian to cease this insane quest of his. At first I thought the distraction of his research might prove beneficial, but he has lost all sense of self-control. No, my sister would never countenance his destructive behavior. I will have Wunaya return to me. Oh, Severian. You were absent too long. Too long. Your delivery was well received, yes? She demanded that I return Wunaya. Ah, I see you have met the cold-hearted and conniving Babulia. I have not the slightest intention of giving up on Wunaya now. I must remain focused on the successful combination of my greatest experiment, so that finally I might tell her. Ah, but these matters have no place in our discussion. Once again, you have spared me bothersome interruptions, and proven your alchemical expertise in so doing. From this day forth, I shall think of you no longer as my lackey, but as an assistant in truth. Soon shall we achieve the ultimate expression of alchemy. I bid you return to your studies and prepare for that glorious moment. Eagerly have I awaited your return, my able assistant. Does your chest not ache with the intake of every excited breath? Do you not tremble in joyous anticipation as your hand reaches forth, seeking to nudge open the door into the realm of alchemy's most sought-after secrets? You do? Well, try to ignore that feeling for now. Before we can fully commit ourselves to our research, there remain a few irksome details that must first be addressed. As ever, I speak of these unending orders from the guild. Brew this potion, concoct that elixir. Ugh. Surely you grow as wary as I of these constant demands on our precious time. We must be allowed to concentrate. I have an idea to end these nibbling distractions, and it involves you. March over to Daedric's desk and petition for a complete cessation of these interruptions. I'll handle it myself, but I fear the man's become unheeded for my words. Master Severin demands to be spared from any further official guild duties. I'm a simple receptionist. How can I possibly deflect the expectations of our senior members? His obsessive research is wearing thin the patience of both colleagues and clients alike. I fear if we do not restore at least a modicum of goodwill, his attempts to redirect tasks will be met with the staunchest of opposition. I doubt our guildmaster realizes the precarious state he finds himself in. It is only his substantial skill in alchemy that convinces others to tolerate his growing eccentricity. That said, many would gladly trade that skill if it would return him to his former, somewhat less manic self. Nay, it was not always like this, but ever since the calamity robbed him of his one true love, I have witnessed him transform into this feverish madman, desperately racing through experiment after experiment. I delve into areas best left unexplored. We should return to the topic at hand. Of the various orders the guild's needs met, the one of highest priority is a request for a vial of high ether, commissioned by one of our more valued patrons. I would suggest you lend your focus to this particular assignment and create an uncommonly potent sample for delivery. Perhaps then it would be enough to both satisfy the patron and allow enough forbearance to free the guildmaster of other tasks. I hesitate to encourage this kind of behavior, of course, but I realize what Master Severin's work means to him, or Severian. And I would be grateful if you could keep an eye on him. I fear for his well-being, and you're the closest thing he has to a friend. Don't I still have? No, I have Mega Ether. Well, did you browbeat that Daedric fellow into submission? A conditional surrender. I suppose a single vial of high ether is a small price to pay. But let it not be said that my assistant fails to deliver. You will need to employ advanced and somewhat involved alchemical techniques to produce the elevated quality of high ether required. Best you begin at once. How do I make high ether again? High ether. I hate myself. I got rid of these materials because I didn't think that I would need them. I also got rid of all the high ethers that I ever had. Let me go over to the market board and see how expensive these would be, because ether is something that, like, I don't really feel like a lot of people use in general. So the ones that are on the market board should normally not be that expensive. High ether of high quality, preferably. That's a lot more. Okay. Then we're gonna go with seeing if the Matron's mistletoe is expensive or not. Of course it is. Son of a bitch. The mandrakes. Mandrakes aren't that expensive, but whatever. I'll go and get them myself. So, gathering methods, steps right, up paths. This is kind of what I expected, though. What happened? Then I would run into yet another situation where I couldn't just craft the stuff. Like, Alchemist and Culinarian are both very guilty of that. Although, now that I'm looking at it, like, I think in the long run, the amount of money that I spent on traveling around, like, now I basically almost spent 1,000 gil. So all things considered, I probably could have bought it from the market board and still have, like, not lost that much money. But I don't know. When you see a scam, you're just like, nah, bro. We ain't gonna do that. There we go. Let's go and make my high ether of high quality. There we go. So, at least 1,500 gil has been spent on this. Not like it matters that much, though, either way. Alright, Severin. Where's Severian? Son of a bitch. How does your work progress? Have you succeeded in concocting that remarkably efficacious? I hate that word. Efficacious? I don't know. Have this. Yes, rejoice, my impressively adept assistant, as you have forged the key to our freedom. Who could not be moved by such a masterful example of mana-restoring splendor? Mayhap your post-assistant career lies in the manufacture of this wonderful substance. You would, I expect, need to purchase coffers that they might overflow with coin. Even among Alchemist's most incredible inventions, the manufacture of ether stands out as a singularly profitable venture. It is an innovation that changed the face of battle. Mages were no longer limited by their natural reserves of etheric energy. A few swallows of alchemical brilliance, and a sorcerer could fuel another barrage of spells. It cannot, of course, sustain their powers indefinitely. As we have already discussed, any potion taken in excess becomes the equivalent of poison. Oh dear, was I lecturing you again? Is it difficult to contain my passion for alchemy with the goal of my labors looming so close on the horizon? You have accomplished a minor miracle today, my dear assistant. With all obstructions to our research thus adroitly removed, let us move on to the final stage of the experiments. Yeah. Evil laughter. Maniacal laughter. Where have you been, my tardy assistant? I feared I would have to begin applauding myself. Did you bring the wine to toast this momentous occasion? No? Well, no matter. Let us not waste time with such extraneous celebrations. The ecstatic rush of triumph within my breast has me sufficiently intoxicated, for I have at long last unlocked the secrets of the ultimate expression of alchemy. After countless hours of research and experiments, too numerous to mention, I finally hold in my hands the exact recipe required to effect my heart's desire. Come, my astute apprentice, together we shall swing wide to the gates of alchemical history. You will aid me by concocting a share of the necessary ingredients. Your task entails the creation of 3 potions of strength, and, as you have most likely deduced, they should be brews of extraordinary potency. While you are mixing those vials of vigor, I will be occupied with my own preparations. There's much work to be done for the most of us. So, high potions of strength. Mega potion of strength. So, gill bun and a Yarzon leg. Can I buy these from you? Blown. No. Let's go to the market board, see if I can get these with relative ease. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go out killing again. Here I go killing again. It's blue Yarzon, yeah? Sure, whatever. And then a Gilban. 4. Well, it's only a 100, so... There we go. Gilded... Wow. Isn't this thing ridiculously expensive? I think so, but nobody puts it on the market board. Time to become the ultimate potion seller. Well, do you have those high potions of strength for me? Remember, only the most splendid samples are suitable for a process this demanding and delicate. I shall have to improve the quality of the materials I prepared if they are to be successfully combined with yours. Merely holding onto the vials, I can feel tendrils of mice seeping into my weary frame. You have done well to preserve the power inherited in the limbs of a bog Yarzon. Why, these concoctions would imbue even the scrawniest of men with the strength to rival or Rolgar himself. If all the ingredients match this level of quality, our success in this endeavor is assured. Now, did I perhaps fail to mention exactly what this most ambitious of alchemical processes was intended to achieve? Well, rather than inconvenience us both with an extremely lengthy and technical explanation, it may be faster for me to simply exhibit the result. This is, after all, the accumulation of years of dedication and sacrifice. It may very well be that my efforts will end in misery, but one must at least make the attempt, or suffer the endless guilt of inaction. The time for talk is at an end. I shall now begin the process. From this moment onwards, I must needs have unbroken concentration and solitude. Your devoted assistance has been most appreciated. Aside from myself, you shall be the first to discover what the ultimate alchemical technique has achieved. This is beyond comprehension. My experiments were conclusive, and yet there remains some fatal flaw in the process. Where does the fault lie? The method, the materials, my interpretation of the result? Must I resort to thaumaturgy after all? No, such energies will raise naught but a mockery of life. What an utter failure. I must retrace my steps, start again from the beginning. No matter how many times it takes, I will see my alchemy succeed. You, assistant, bring me 3 mega potions. Each of intelligence, mind, and vitality, and they must be of unquestionable quality. I care not for excuses, I need you to... Please, my friend, I need your help. That's mega potion of mind, strength, and intelligence. Shark oil. Okay. The thing is, I can make shark oil. I have the power. I have the ability. I have one more shark left. There we go. Let's go to the market board to see if I can buy these other miscellaneous items. Right, let's begin with the Mega Potion of Mind. So intelligence, mind, and vitality. Mind, intelligence, and vitality. Okay. I love how I didn't even need to make the fucking shark out. Anyway, Ahriman and Blue Yarzon Lake. Blue Yarzon Lake and Ahriman wing. Oof. The difference is quite funny. I'll take these. Right. Then Mega Potion of Intelligence. Black Scorpion, Sandworm, Sandworm, yeah. Black Scorpion. Sure. And then Sandworm. Sand. Worm Fang. Why is it always like 2? It's never like 1. Mega Potion of Vitality. I have the stuff for that. Good. It's a good thing that I held on to the pudding flesh. Nice. Right, let us begin. Then shall we begin? There. As I sneeze. Jesus Christ. Go, and then my Mega Potions of Intelligence. And then, last but not least, Mega Potion of Vitality. There we go. The Mega Potions, dear assistant, please. Intelligence, mind, vitality, and do not think to fool me with some batch of mediocre marvels. Yes, these are suitably superb. As ever, your work is swift, precise, and uncommonly brilliant. Black Scorpion to sharpen one's wit, Ahriman Membrane for the mind, Boiled Grenade Ash to fuel vitality. All are necessary components in the alchemical process I attempted earlier. The selfsame one that ended so abominably, on that matter, I offer my apologies. I was so unwaveringly confident of success that my failure put me in a frenzy to gather a new batch of reagents post-haste. And to manage such a feat quickly, quickly meant I could not do it alone. I was able, however, to prepare another incomparable Mega Potion of Strength while you were at work on these potations. Properly combined, these 4 of the primary attributes, strength, vitality, intelligence, and mind, can effect mortal resurrection. And now, my dear assistant, you understand what I hope to achieve with this highest of alchemy. Does this revelation shock you? Did you think that dead beyond our reach? That is certainly the common perception, and even I am forced to acknowledge the seemingly insanity of my actions. But I believe in alchemy's unlimited potential. It was the cause of my regrets that it shall be the source of my salvation. I spent too long in this path to veer from it now. Do you recall the time we spoke of Wunaja? She was the elder sister of Wubulia, the Mikote to whom you delivered those potions of blindness. Wunaja, was, or is, my one and only love. She was taken from me during the calamity. But I will see her live again. I will not rest until the day I can tell her the one thing she must know. Haha, is that you, my loyal assistant? I've done it. I've isolated the flaw. My understanding of the process was incomplete. Simply reviving Naja's corporeal form was insufficient. In order to call her spirit and bind it to her body, I need an anchor of sorts. Some manner of memento that she would recognize. But I have no physical memories, no material objects that she might have treasured. That is why I would have you visit her sister Wabuli and ask if she might spare me a keepsake. Meanwhile, I will start in the preparation. A moment of dizziness, nothing more. If I must, I shall work in my sleep. It would not be the first time, but if all goes to plan, such extremes should not be necessary. Bye-bye. Bubble, bubble, toil, and bubble? Wow, that's pretty good. Severia needs something of Anaja, something she treasures. He yet persists in this madness of his. I do not, as Severian believes, seek to forget my sister. There's nights when I lie awake, wishing I had the power to change the past. When Ashta and I were insatiable wanderers, you see, we traveled the world, practicing the arts of conjury. It was in Ul'dah, however, where we found a home, and where Menasha found Severian. Though the son of a wealthy noble house, he spoke constantly of mastering the secrets of alchemy. My sister thought his childlike passion endearing, and he was smitten by her gentle attentions. I wished them naught but happiness. Yet, as was true for many in Eorzea, the night of the calamity brought a brutal end to their joy. I had volunteered to join the allied force, and perhaps feeling a twinge of our old wanderlust, Menasha chose to join me, and it became her last adventure. I have nothing left to remember her by, and even if I did, I would not give it to you. But to forestall Severian's inevitable insistence, I will at least provide you with a distraction for your futile quest. You might try speaking with adventurers in the quicksand, or merchants at the Ruby Road Exchange. My sister had her fair share of admirers. Perhaps one of them will hold the key you seek. From her admirers. Jesus. Munacha, oh my, yes, I know her, or I knew her. I always envied her effortless talent. If I tried to actually use the wand of which she was so fond, I would likely have fainted from the exertion. She did let me hold it once, though. The exact name of the weapon escapes me, but I could tell it was enhanced with quick tongue materia. It was a grade 3 stone, if it matters. Ah, I see where this is going. Did I know Wanacha? It's been some time since I last heard that name. Wanacha and Mabulia, the famous conjurer's sisters. I thought myself quite the fortunate fellow indeed, to have run across them in my travels. I heard that the elder did not survive the calamity. I should have liked to see her wield that wand of hers one more time. Such grace, such beauty. Who? Ah, the elder of the Conjurer sisters. Spoke with her once or twice, I did. I was interested in the one she carries, spreading rosewood if I recall. And not the standard model neither. Seems she had it specially made. She cut a stunning feature in that robe of hers too. I meant to ask her about it next time we met, but I never got that chance. Such a shame. A budding rosewood wand. I need a growth formula gamma. And some spoken blood. Growth formula gamma. Where is that at? Where in God's name is that recipe? Wow, Jesus. That's an old recipe. What am I doing? Right, let's go and buy some quicksilver because I can. Quite simply. Where is it? Quicksilver. Then I'm going to also need a blue land trap leaf and hope that it's not too expensive. You can buy it like it's restricted, which means that it's going to be like bought from one of the beast type vendors. Let's see. Oh boy. Nah, this works. I don't care too much. Right. I'm here to finish quests. Although I am definitely keeping an eye out on my money though, because if you don't, I can guarantee you that you will at some point run into a wall. And that's not going to be a fun wall when you have no money. Okay. And then I'm going to need some spoken blood. Blood. We are born of the blood. Made men by the blood. And done by the blood. Still have my mega potion of mind. My mega potion. I love saying it like that. And then quick tongue materials 3. Quick tongue, that's 2. Quick tongue 3. Split. There we go, and then this, and then we melt this. There we go. Have you acquired a suitable memento to act as Wunach's anchor? I'm sure her sister Wabulia would know if any such object existed. This is Wunach's rosewood wand. I would recognize it anywhere. You say you crafted this weapon? My wonderful assistant, you are truly full of surprises. Though my love may never have held this particular wand. It is similar enough to the original to serve our purpose. Yes, I could spend the remainder of the day explaining to you the underlying principle of ethereal anchor, but let us carry on with the alchemy, shall we? Now that we have all the necessary materials, I will once again begin the painstaking process. Stay with me this time, my patient apprentice. You deserve to see the fruits of our labor firsthand. The components are in place. We should see a result within moments. It will not be the result you desire. Wabulia. Return to me my sister's remains. You have had your chance, Severian. The process was a success. Everything went perfectly. Even now, Wunasha struggles free from death's covetous grasp. Why do you persist in deluding yourself? The gift of life is not within Alchemist's power to give. That miracle belongs only to the gods. I will not forsake Wunasha's memory as you have. The limitless potentials of alchemy is beyond your understanding. Ah, you foolish, stubborn man. Stop. Stop fighting, the both of you. Wunasha! Is it true to you? Severian, you look awful. Have you been up all night again? Some new subject of research? Wunasha, I was working on something important. Terribly important, but I'm done with that now. I must tell you how sorry I am. When I think back on the days we spent together, I remember not with your quiet smile as you listened to me blather on and on about my work. It was ever the same scene, repeated over and over. There was so much more I could have done for you. So many ways I could have made you happy. Please, forgive me. But my dear Severian, That passion is what I love most about you. She's gone. No. She will never be gone. Not while I am here to remember her. Do you mind if Abulia has the wand? Though a poor substitute for her sister's body, it has been touched by Winacha's spirit. As for myself, my regrets have been laid to rest. I may even sleep in a bed this night. Wow. It is strange, though it has been scant moments since I stood at the very peak of my discipline. I am filled with an inexplicable ambition. I stand free to devote myself to new alchemical pursuits. I might even consider shouldering a portion of the guild's commissions. Without your help, I don't know I don't know that I would have survived my obsession. You were, without a doubt, the finest assistant any alchemist could have. I thank you. Now that you have conquered this mountain with me, what will be your next endeavor? The realm of alchemy has no boundaries. The possibilities are endless. Sure, but I'm gonna go and cook now. Alright, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Just Set, where I was playing Final Fantasy XIV. And next episode we're gonna go and deal with the Culinarian questline, and then we are done with crafting! Oh my god! Or at least for the most part. There's still a couple of things I want to go and check out. Goodbye.